And it'll be Indiana kicking off to the University of Arizona in the predominantly blue strip with the white bottom of the shirt. But that's a bounce that has gone straight into the hands of the Indiana University rugby team, and they have scored directly off the kickoff. Unbelievable start to this game. Arizona let it bounce, and they have just charged through on this. What a super score there from Indiana.
Right here.
Just magic stuff. Couldn't hope for a better start for them. Just a really nice score. It was Tyler Sousley coming through. Arizona, it was a fantastic kick. Just really well positioned. Look at this, it's high, goes well over the back of those front two, and then just sits. That's a high tackle in any event. Would have come back certainly for that. And there he is, Tyler Sousley in the 14 jersey, just crashing over. So it feels like we haven't even started, and they've got a 5-point advantage.
Yeah, it's almost like they just gifted him that try right there. Arizona just sleeping on that one. The restart is so critical to 7-a-side rugby.
They go the other way. That's an excellent take, though, from Arizona. Looking to recycle possession. Moving the ball across the field. Bounce pass out wide. Caught just short of their 22, but they recycle. It's good continuity. It's a penalty for offside against Indiana, so a bit of a reprieve. I like the enthusiasm in the defence, but you must stay behind the last feet. It's going to be Robert Figley coming forward for the University of Arizona in the headgear here. He's going to look for touch. Very bright boots he's got on today. He finds touch just outside or just in the territory of Indiana. So we'll see how Arizona's set piece stacks up. They've got some tall timber out there, so hopefully they can construct something.
You almost get the sense really they just want to relieve a bit of pressure as well too. Just get downfield. Okay.
Sampietro throwing the ball in here for Arizona. Nice drill, but it was short. Stolen here by Indiana. They move away from that. Some nice little dancing feet. Ball in two hands. Just running across the field a little, but I like the use of the width. Here's the try scorer. Moving the ball back, not taking contact. Good 7. Spot tackle coming. Forces a knock on. Excellent tackle there. Well read by Fabian Lumsden. Saw the opportunity. It was a bit of chain passing there from Indiana. Came out of the line and said, hey, I'll stop it in its tracks, and he did. Causes a knock on, and the University of Arizona will now have a scrum. Pretty much the same position where they had their line out. It's going to be Sampietro to feed this scrum as well. Half back for Arizona. It's a bit messy, but well collected by the fly half for Arizona. Bit of dancing feet here on the outside. Goes out the back door, gets the ball on the outside there. Screeching around the outside is Johnny Rogers. Jay Rogers heading for the corner. He's got too much pace, and he'll score a try for Arizona to lock it up at 5-all.
Johnny Rogers just wheels for days on that one. He knew it too. He saw a ton of green space in front of him. He just pinned his ears back, and there was nothing stopping him.
Yeah, some nice play from Niehammer, I think it is there on the inside. Just working away on that two-man play on the outside. I'll say it again, I really like those isolation plays. You're only asking for one defender to make a mistake, and you've basically got green grass between you and the try line.
Name of the game in attack is really just put them under pressure by going forward as much as you can. And there's no better way to go forward than at pace. Tons of speed coming forward.
Rogers does a good job there, converting his own try. This is the try itself, just nice here from Niehammer. Nice little offload there. Good wheels.
Just flick that little back pass right at the perfect instant, just to draw that defender in just
Correct.
enough.
Absolutely. John Rogers again. Nice, beautiful deep kick. That's Lumsden winning it back here for Arizona. Good speed there from Niehammer on the ball. Moving it nicely now. Figley recycling. Goes to Rogers. He wants to switch. He comes back that way. There isn't much doing, so they just need to take it forward. Can they recycle effectively? They can. Lumsden showing a go from the big man. He gets tripped up, but he gets to his feet straight away. Physical nature about this game. We do have numbers on the short side with Rogers, but he's lost it. Ref says play on, then it may have gone back. Again, looking to recycle possession. The way they go through Lumsden in the midfield. If he can get an offload, he's dragged in too, but he's isolated, and that's a penalty he's conceded. Just going to deck a bit too softly, and Noah Schrader, the number 7 there for the Indiana, an excellent turnover, but Lumsden, I'm afraid, dwelling on the ball and just getting caught in contact, banging it downfield as the captain, Dorier. Alexander Dorier, the captain for Indiana. 7 points to 5. Arizona lead at the moment. It's an excellent kick. Takes it just shy of the Arizona 22. And we'll get a feel for the Indiana set piece here.
You see, hit the ground right away. Schrader gets over right away and just tries to contest. At that point, makes it blatantly obvious that they're hanging on to the ball a little bit too long.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Good execution here from Indiana. They move the ball wide. Looking out here to the try scorer, Sowsley. Takes the ball in and just a hint of a bobble. Did he knock it forward? He did. So, shame there from Sowsley. He's just holding his hand as well as he went into that contact situation. But cut back. Didn't think he could take Rogers on the outside. He's probably right.
That's the look. Just a little bit of jarring motion of the tackle. Looks like he got a hand across as well too defensively, and he's just right there to point it out to the match official, help him out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Every now and then you just got to make sure that everyone sees it.
But sir, you got to see that ball went forward, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. Arizona, Pietro at the back of that. San Pietro moves the ball. It's Rogers in the midfield. Looks for a show and go. Takes it into a little bit of traffic. He's isolated again. It could be another turnover. Ref asks them to release. Hard on the ball, this Indiana team. So go here to their right-hand side. That's the siren going. So this is the last play. Looking to manufacture something here on the short side, and they've got an isolation play. They've got a 3-on-2. Oh, super tackle there from Alexander Dorier, the captain, and it could be a turnover. No, in fact, it's a penalty, which I'm confused about, but in any event, they say they didn't roll away. Wasn't for the jackal, it was for the player not rolling away. So forgive me for that. It's going to be Rob Figley on the ball here. We can't finish on a penalty, even though the hoot is gone. Lumsden, the middle of the field, comes back to short side. Nice move. Looking to try and get an overlap. And striding through the gap there is Sinclair Clinton. And Clinton does it easy. Easy through there to the right side of the sticks. And good play from Lumsden to identify the fact they had the overload there on that short side, Katie.
And Arizona couldn't ask for a better finish for that half right there. Clinton, right place, right time. Streaks through, and those are some extra points going into the half. That little bit of extra enthusiasm, a little change of direction as well. And here's Clinton, looks around and just fends one off.
Yeah, it was a little bit of Indiana not reorganizing themselves after the penalty. You could tell from their body language they were disappointed. Noah Schrader thought he'd got a good turnover, and they just turned their back, didn't get themselves together, and they got exploited. It's a nice drop goal there from Johnny Rogers.
Maybe a challenge with that call as well too. Dorier made a great tackle and then just gave it up.
So halftime here, Arizona leading 14 points to 5 over Indiana.
And this was that great restart right away. This was like Indiana's moment. Sowsley just picks it up. You just see so much more sense of urgency right away for Indiana. This was the other one just streaking through. There was so much pace on this one.
Good time for it, right? 7 minutes to take home some hardware, right?
From lack of effort,
to the
from
lack of chase, from lack of hustle high, right? You get 7 minutes
former
to
USA
it right.
Sevens player.
Let's go, it's on you. Here we go. Boys, all they're doing is bouncing back. When the ball goes away, you cannot
talking about just 7 more minutes to finish the job. Bring it right back to on the captain, having a couple of words as well. Just urging his troops on. They played great. Just trailing just a little bit. They got to get more intense just to finish it.
So this plate final, everything to play for, 14-5. Arizona leading Indiana, but it is close. It's tight. There's ability on both sides to break this game open.
Indiana's got to find some answers for their speedsters, really. They're just Once they get a small seam, they can break right through, and they have absolute acceleration.
So it's going to be Arizona to get us underway. John Rogers.
Rogers had that beautiful try earlier to bring Arizona right back to the game, was the answer back to that tough restart.
Knocked back by Lumsden, but it's been secured there by Sowsley. Well played from him, getting the 50-50s. Indiana now moving the ball nicely across to the left-hand side. Nice duck in, passing out of contact, just a stumble there. Can they recycle? They've lost the ball forward, but it's a penalty, in fact, the referee has deemed. So an infringement there. I think the angle he's saying at the entry into that breakdown. So Indiana get an opportunity. I wouldn't mind them seeing them drill the ball down there and just taking a few yards out of it, but they're going to go for the set piece, so hopefully a bit of deception here from them. Running across the deck, nice switch, looking to get a 3-on-2 here. They have it, can they use it? Good drift from Arizona. Drift defense there. He was held, but he put the ball down and then got to his feet, so well played, Indiana. Now, some good width on this ball as they come out. Good spot tackle again from Lumsden, but that tackle is ridden by Dakota Worth. Well played, Dakota Worth, for getting through that. Now they might have some space on the outside here on the left. Just rolling through that hole now. We have Jacob Pomada. And unfortunately, they have given away an offensive penalty.
Tough one, because there's some serious clearance at that breakdown.
Yeah.
Really just chucked him out of there.
Yeah, it was a nice break from Jason Pomada. Thought he did well, taking the ball forward.
15, so quick to get to his feet and right away hungry for that ball.
Yeah, in any event, it's a lost opportunity for Indiana, I'm afraid. Now Arizona have done what I suggested Indiana do, which is take the meters sometimes. Take the meters, walk the ball down. So we've had a couple of changes here.
Dorier coming off right there. He's put in some great tackles.
Yep. Alexander Dorier, the captain of the Indiana team, sitting on the bench at the minute. Here's Rogers on the ball. Rogers looking for Niehammer out wide. Niehammer dummies, goes, finds a seam. He's got one to beat. The sweeper stumbles in front of him. Does he have the support? He does. Rogers looking to manufacture something, sort of dwells on the ball here. They go back to the middle. Taking the ball forward. Good decision in that position. San Pietro now feeding it out. It's Niehammer. Goes out here to Lumsden. Comes off the right foot. Little offload. They recycle. Again, that's Figley. Figley with the headgear taken into contact. Good effort by Indiana to try to win this back. Can they win the turnover? They can. I'm not sure they released the tackle player there, but that was good work from Dakota Worth. Now they have an opportunity. So they jam it in the midfield. Great bump and run there. This is Sowsley. Sowsley driving forward, the try scorer for Indiana. Good physical play for them. That's an excellent steal there from John Rogers. It's play on, but Indiana's got it. Is the ball out? It is. Lumsden comes forward. Somehow the ball scoops up. San Pietro now puts the hammer down. Game's in disarray. Can they finish? Yes, they can, hopefully, through Robert Figley. Here comes Figley, ghosting around the corner. Has he got the wheels? No! What a superb tackle. Takes the extra roll. That's a penalty for mine. It is now because he didn't release. What a superb cover tackle there from Indiana. And that was, looking at my sheet, Dan Devlin. What a super cover tackle from him. Got to his feet, secured that possession, but still Arizona leading 14-5. As he comes across, Figley thinking he's in, Devlin comes over, excellent, gets to his feet. The extra roll was a penalty in itself. He gives a separation, he gets up, and that is a penalty, a clear penalty to Indiana. Now Indiana hack the ball downfield. It's actually a very good kick. Excellent kick from a tight angle. They'll have a line out just shy of the halfway. Game still in the balance, 14-5. What'd you feel for it, Katie?
Johnny, that was just really some great work defensively. Not only did he hustle and never give up on the play, but it got in there, showed the separation very quickly just to be able to contest that.
A couple other subs coming on. It's McLaughlin, I think, from the University of Arizona, limping off there. But it's Indiana's throw into this lineup.
Indiana's got to put something together to keep possession. They need to put points on the board.
It's messy and there's a little knock on, and if you're an Indiana fan, you just, oh, really? Did we have to? Couldn't we got a nice clean line out and just gone wide and smash it up the middle? Sadly not to be.
I mean, this contest is even closer than the score would say. Really, it's just been back and forth all match long.
Jack Sampietro feeds that scrum. Shoots out the back to Rogers. They go wide here. It's Niehammer looking for that break. He likes that inside break when the defense gets static. They recycle possession. You see Indiana going hard at the breakdown. They've lost yards here. Lumsden on the ball. Gives it across to Figley. Nice hands. Looks inside there to Clinton. There's a little knock on there, so Indiana is going to get an opportunity here. Got at least a minute and a half left. They need 2 scores to get back into this, but it is not without the realm of possibility, but it has to happen now. Ref's called timeout for these subs, so that's a gain for them. The clock's going to stop. It's a little forward pass, in fact, from Sinclair Clinton there in that tackle situation. Clinton's from Australia, studying agribusiness and economic management.
Indiana's got to make every second count here. They've got to put several scores on the board now.
Oh, it's a shame. They still have a space on the outside with Susley, the try scorer. Strong in the content. Gets it outside here to Devlin. Devlin after that fantastic try-saving tackle. Seatbelt tackle again. We've seen a lot over the weekend. And off they go again quickly, Indiana. That's Suzuki. Suzuki dancing. Beats a couple. Can he find some support? Goes some way around on the outside. Support's there. They get there quickly. I'd have gone the other way, but can he bust through this tackle? No, he can't. That's the 11 player there, which is Brian Hannon. They move the ball again to the left-hand side. Suzuki with the football. Step off the left foot. Can they find a weak point in this defense? Ghosting around the corner, and that is a fantastic run there from Susley. Scored 1 in the first half, and he scored a second critical try here with just 15 seconds to go. Arizona 14, Indiana 10. We go straight back to halfway. We're going to have a restart.
Checking the clock here. It's getting down to the wire. Indiana are going to have one more opportunity here.
The ref's made it very clear. He's standing on halfway. We will have a restart. Arizona got a blood bin, I think, here on the right side of the field. It's Rogers just trying to put that last tackle in.
Getting a bit of medical attention here, but I'll just see this try score. Take one more look at this nice little slip pass through. And gets past 2 defenders there.
You saw the head clash there with Lumsden and Rogers, unfortunately, and it's left some claret on the side of the face of Rogers. He's going to have to make his way off to the sideline. Scored a good try, Rogers, in the first half, but really the determination from Sowsley, Tyler Sowsley.
If ever there was a time to contest a restart, it would be now for Indiana. Put that ball up nice and high, go after it. Aerial pursuit on this one.
So it's going to be Alexander Doria. He's got the ball in his hands, the captain of this team. Can he put some elevation on this? Can they get possession back? Arizona 14, leading by 2 points to 12 to Indiana. That's the kick. It's fairly non-threatening kick, and Arizona collect it. And it was Robert Figley that just banged it straight in the touch, and that's just unfortunate, a sort of deflating ending.
Just ran out of time at the end there, Johnny, and maybe you get the sense they had 1 more minute. Even 30 extra seconds would have worked for Indiana.
Well, or a kick that they can contest, but Lovelace. So we look at the rosters here. Spanish under 18 player, Maria Marin for Life University. one to stand out. And also the Canadian Genevieve Quiron, our referee for today. Getting us underway is Caitlin Gray-Odwyer.
Make sure my staff's in place.
It's going to be Harvard in the white on the right of the screen to get us underway. Delia Helander here with the ball in her hands. As we kick off, deep kicks allowed to bounce by Life, but controlled by Karen Faget. Takes it into contact. Contest. Now they move the ball under the shadows of their post. They're deep. Running across the ground at the moment, but looking to mine something on this right-hand side. Into contact they go. The recycling drill is effective.
Here we go. Kickoff from right to left. Back off Black. Lorenzo Thomas knocks us back yet again in classic stuff. He goes to Nick Feeks, known as the Mongoose. This is what they did all day one. Lindenwood in possession in Black. Mike Sell loops around as they fire it across to Orsberg out wide. In fact, no, that's Scum on there in 12. South African-born centre. Inside the 22. Mike Sell now at first receiver. O'Connor has got Feeks with him. They come here to Orsberg. Orsberg on the outside. Can't get around. Flung down to the deck. Still has ball in hand. So width of attack here for Lindenwood early on. Dion Mike Sell goes across, sliding defense here from Indiana. Good so far. As Thomas takes it to the line. Big Lorenzo Thomas, captain of the 15-a-side game for the United States. He goes into the 22. So player hurt for Indiana in back play. So 7 against 6 for now as O'Connor has the Mongoose. Watch the step. The Mongoose untouched. And the dive. That is something special to start out this Cup quarterfinal.
We saw plenty of that all day long yesterday. Nick Feeks just picking his spot. And it doesn't take much of a gap in that defensive alignment for Nick Feeks to take advantage of it. And look at that, just opened up beautifully. And he's so quick that just one little step will freeze the defender, and then he's able to slide through. Our replays all weekend long, brought to you by Marines, the few, the proud.
Speaking of proud, his parents will be extremely proud of his performance so far. Individually, he's been fantastic. And as a team, they've gelled so well together. Have the Lions coached by Josh Macy and assistant coached by Nick Tyson.
And how about the start of the game? Again, that tip back by Lorenzo Thomas. We saw that so frequently yesterday. That's how they win possession, and we know possession in sevens is so vital. In just about every restart, they contest and they get it back to their side.
Well, Nick Feeks into the boy band apparently in Australia, and then he got involved in rugby and hasn't looked back since moving to the United States. So he'll get things back underway as Indiana University yet to touch the ball. Their coach, David Fee, well-known US Eagle flyer on the wing. He'll look on as the 5-0 score after 2 minutes. Feeks to Thomas. This is what we saw. LT comes underneath this. Lorenzo Thomas is there. Ball's bounced once. They're going to touch, and it's actually going to turn out okay here for Indiana.
Our first look at the Hoosiers with ball in hand.
Yeah, it's fine.
See one of the Indiana players down still with a little shoulder injury there, and that's one of the big men, Jake Ney.
Red 8. Thank you. So that ball must have touched somebody from Indiana. Lindenwood get a line out here. Skuman takes it on the outside shoulder. Referee says play on. Go to the midfield is Orsberg to Mike Sell. We know he can move. Beats the first one and then gets wrapped up in a tackle. The international business major still going. Mike Sell gets away. Unbelievable stuff. Strength from the big unit. The man from Des Moines, Iowa, gets a second try in this game.
What an effort that was by Mike Sell. You heard his teammates saying go down, because they thought he was wrapped up in the tackle so solidly, and it looked like he was in a couple of different tackles. Able to stay on his feet, though, and just so strong in that upper body. Let's take a look at it right here. Right here, his teammates are saying go down, go down. It looks like he was certainly wrapped up. He just threw that tackler aside, evaded him again, and then just had the pace to outdistance that defense. Again, just really impressed with the individual talent on this Lindenwood squad.
Well, Mike Sell, I went to get a cup of coffee because I thought he was going to get tackled. There'd be a ruck ensuing. No worry about that. 10-0, kick unsuccessful. Early stunning stuff here from Lindenwood University. Team out of St. Charles.
I know. Just very impressed. I mean, all these guys individually create them into an unbelievable team as they've displayed in this weekend. It's just been a really good effort by the coaching staff.
Oh, clever short chip, just not going to 10, about 9.5.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see if Indiana can do something now.
So here
They go fighting through one of their speedsters, Hannon. Ryan Hannon has been instrumental for them this weekend. They come across here to this narrow side, looking for Schrader. Gets tackled high. Watch him. High shot. Jake Nay wants to tap this and go. Man who played for the Royal Irish in high school. Suzuki is at first receiver. He's also one of their playmakers. Goes across the field looking for a great switch with Hannon. They come here to the captain, Doria. Doria turns it back in again to Nay.
Indiana that lose the contest at right time, and there they go. Joe Falcon on the field now, and it's Feeks with the first step, and that's well forward.
Yeah, I think Nick knew he should have hung on to that ball. And what Lindenwood has done all weekend really well is not force the issue. And we saw in that one just that force pass a little bit forward. The player got in front of Nick Feeks. He had a 2-on-1 on the outside as well.
Sorry, man.
But another great defensive play by Lindenwood. Turned that ball over.
Takura Suzuki, man from Tokyo, fires it out to his captain, Doria. Takes him on himself. There's 4 Lindenwood players around that area, and that's why Rucktum's going to be tough when Marksell comes flying in. The Captain Eagle, but loses his footing on the wet turf.
Off feet.
Yeah, it was a great counter ruck. If he would have kept his footing, he would have continued to drive over that ball.
What number, Derek?
We got a replacement coming on for it. Yeah, it looks like Jake Nay can't go any further. That shoulder, left shoulder, has hurt on the opening kickoff. Watch this counter ruck by Mike Sell. If he would have stayed on his feet, it would have been brilliant. See a couple of, yeah, there you see Jake May again. Jake May just a little bit slow, so that'll be a big loss for this Indiana unit.
Not a bad tactic at all. Going for the line out within 8 meters of the try line. Doria's put it there in the corner. They need to win this set piece.
Yeah, unfamiliar territory for this Lindenwood team. I don't know if they've ever been defending this deep in their own end this whole tournament.
Well, that's what's lovely about day 2. The top of the teams collide as they go for the championship. That line out, not straight, and that's what happens when you're not accurate in the set piece.
Scrum.
Yeah, just don't want to give this Lindenwood team any more possession than they're already going to air it on their own.
Okay, boys.
Just looking for solid ball here to get this back line moving. Nick Feeks, anything can happen with ball in hand with him.
Geoffrey Feets is the man from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. Played rugby with the Sharks Academy down in Durban as well. He gets it out to Feeks. Early ball, they look to go on the outside with Osberg's well tackled. Feeks looping around. Defense is superb so far inside the 22 from Indiana. They do concede a penalty though, so they've gone quickly. The Lindenwood Lions on the final play of the first half. The ball slips around, it's gone forward. That'll bring us to Oranges here in this first Cup quarterfinal clash. There's 2 tries for the Lindenwood Lions. They're up 10-0 against Indiana University in a real physical battle.
Just a couple of tries in that first half, and it was all Lindenwood. They held on to that first possession for the first 2.5 minutes. And it was Nick Feeks that capitalized on that great ball retention by the Lions. And what an individual effort this was by Dion Mikesell. Got away from a couple of would-be tacklers and just had the paced out distance what was left of the defense to make it 10-0 at the half.
Hey, guys, we're making simple mistakes because we're not letting the ball do the work. Like, I know it's slippery out here, but you guys are really great players. Like, make your passes, right? Just make your passes. Pass early and often. Like, let's get the ball to the action channel and let it do the work there. Understood? On And then on defense, guys, we're doing pretty well. Like, we're playing a little bit of defense, which is good, but let's make sure that we're not coming up when we don't need to, okay? A lot of times outside of the ball, we're coming up just because we're a little bit worried we want to, like, make a whack on somebody. So just be patient there. Hustle high on the inside of the ball. Good?
Yeah, hey, the simple pass to the hands.
Yeah, I think the key there for Josh Macy, let the ball do the work, because these guys are so talented with ball in hand. You see Dave Fee talk to his Indiana troops. The USA Rugby College Sevens National Championships are brought to you by Hyatt Place. Choose cozy and affordable. Choose Hyatt Place Cherry Creek, an official hotel partner of Infinity Park.
And the restarts has been a huge part of this game and tournament as well.
Oh, they certainly have, and they've been a weapon. They've been a weapon for this Lindenwood team throughout, and it's been basically this man right here, Lorenzo Thomas. Well, that one just kind of went over the top, but they still got the line out there because Indiana touched that ball. But it was that first one that we saw.
You got to try at least.
With Lorenzo Thomas, and again, what we saw last night in the final match of the night for Lindenwood. 5 in a row, they got that ball back from Lorenzo Thomas that Lindenwood scored on. It was magic.
So second half in the men's D1 Cup quarters is about to go here. Indiana University in red trail 10-0 against Lindenwood University, the Lions. Fresh legs for both sides, and what a take, and then they let him go. O'Connor just moved to the ground. Fix goes quickly. The Lions with Augsburg spotted again. Alex Augsburg sets off to the races. Still going for the line. Defenders falling off him. They finally drag him down. He's over, but can he put the ball down? And referee says it's been held up. A stunning tackle in the end. What a break, though, by Augsburg.
Yeah, he should have looked over. That was a great defensive play by Indiana, too, to keep the Lions off the scoreboard once again. He was looking over the wrong shoulder, was Augsburg.
I'll have a check. RER, please.
Looks like I can look upstairs, see if there was a grounding. Augsburg should have been looking over his right shoulder because the defender came just at the end there. Let's see if we can see from here if Augsburg gets that ball grounded. It's a great defensive effort that time by Connor Marsh, one of the speedsters on this Indiana team. Yeah, I don't think he can. I don't think you can award that. Great defensive play by Connor Marsh.
Very different. Guys,
there's support on either side for Augsburg, but he didn't go for it.
Time back on.
They're still in a great attacking position here.
Crouch.
Yeah, I got right side. Dive in,
bind.
Inside, slide with this wet condition.
Set.
But Lindenwood have a scrum here. Feeks first receiver. Marsh superb in that last play. Here they go. Augsburg now in midfield. Comes on to Mike Sell. Dear Mike Sell cuts in. Get through the first player. Lindenwood. Numbers on the left-hand side. O'Connor gets skipped. Lorenzo Thomas. Thomas, the big unit, puts the head down. 5 out.
Step 7, step 7.
To the right now with Falco. Beaks in midfield, just fires it across Augsburg.
Is that back?
Handles it backwards. Couldn't get the pass away, was not held. Picks up and goes again for the try. Finally gets it over. A great effort from Alex Augsburg.
Make amends for that last try that he did not get grounded. But once again, we heard Josh Macy at halftime say, let the ball do the work. Now we're seeing these long passes from Lindenwood. This pass a little bit behind. Augsburg finally gathers. Does well, away from a couple of Indiana defenders, not held in that tackle. That's why he's allowed to get back up to score that try. 15-0 now in favor of this Lindenwood squad.
$15-0 the score. 17 then, if it is. Scoreboard has 16. There it is, 17. Feeks goes down to the right-hand side. This is a bit too far. Hannon takes this nice. He gets captured in the air. So it's going to be a penalty here for Indiana.
can't play the man and while he's up in the air. That's the first time we've really seen a restart by Lindenwood that was a little too deep.
Hannon throws a dummy, can't get through that initial hole. Suzuki comes to help out. Feeks is all over that.
In fact, it's O'Connor was in there, but his hands were on the ground first.
Support your weight, please.
Suzuki, options for him. Yeah, they need to get going. No time to be wasted here. Down by 3 tries. So they go to Doria. Doria, their most experienced player, drops it. Just those conditions coming into effect here for the captain.
Yep.
And you start to force things a little bit. You look for that hole a little too early. And again, in these conditions when the ball's so slick,
You still never worried to figure out.
got to have such a big hold on it. And Dory, he's been one of the stars for this Indiana team. Just look at, just caught his legs up into the ball and knocked it loose. And again, another unforced error, giving Lindenwood more possession, killing more time off that clock.
Sir, can you watch? Pullman. Bind.
Lindenwood, plenty of speed out there to the left-hand side. They've got some substitutes on the field as well.
Falco lets this one go. Onto the field there is Nick Taylor. Now ranging around there is JP Aguirre. Gets his pass to Mike Sale, bumps off the first player.
Suzuki then goes to get him again, misses him. Mike Sale still going. This is how he scored in the first half. Mike Sale going for the line. It's stunning stuff. He strikes gold. Lindenwood University look to seal their spot in the Cup semi-finals.
Well, he has been so impressive, Dion Mikesell. He didn't start the first couple of games yesterday. He came in as an impact player. Started this match, and boy, has he been an impact player right from the get-go. Just really good individuals. Because if Mike Friday's looking at players, I mean, give this guy a look too, a serious look. I know he's probably been in the frame before, but again, he is just really coming on strong here in this quarterfinal match.
Back to his best as he goes to the sideline. A chance for the full squad to be rotated in this Cup quarterfinal. Men's D1 division as Nick Feeks' kick goes to the left-hand side. Scores 22-0 right now in favor of the Lions.
And again, still haven't been scored on. Very impressive. You know, we talk about the offense a lot, but the defense has been really, really sound. The one-up tackling has been really good. They create a lot of turnovers on defense as well.
Aguirre, he's the one that takes over the kicking duties. Nice kick as well. This one bounces once it goes towards the touchline. Was that kick by an Indiana player? No, it was out before.
That's fine.
No, the touch judge has the flag out for Indiana's ball, so they need to come back to that.
Guys. Hold on. Hold on.
Let's listen to the ref in the AR.
I saw Red kicking straight into touch. Was it hit by a black player first?
I saw it pass the plane of touch and then Red kicked it. Was not touched out on black.
Okay, see your red line out right here. It crossed the plane of touch first after you guys touched it. Yeah?
There you go. Good explanation by the AR. Once that ball goes over the plane of the touch line, was out of bounds.
Captain Roach there with an excellent call. So Indiana, they take possession. So important in this game. They've lost it in the line-out and then knocked down. Falco's pass.
It was in the tackle.
It's advantage here, and then they go a little bit high on Taylor. Tricky Taylor, as he's known. So tapping and going. It's Wes Parker, known as the lawn mower, as they go to the left-hand side. Lindenwood Lions spinning through Aguirre. Look at him go. Through a couple. Lindenwood Lions here. Line up to the right. Parker pops the ball over the top to O'Connor. It's gone forward.
You know, one player we haven't seen is Wes White. He kind of got this Lindenwood team ignited in the opening round match yesterday. I don't know if he's hurt, if he's still on the bench, but he's another valuable weapon in this Lindenwood squad. Here's the pass. Just, you can see a good call by the referee, just a little bit forward. Tough ball to handle anyway. Would have been an Indiana possession either way.
Indiana comes out there. Dan Devon on the field wearing 15. Go to the far side. Marsh, he's certainly impressed on day one. Great cover tackle earlier. He gets Hannon for the loop around. the last 30 seconds of this Cup quarter-final clash. Indiana wants something for this. Goes through the legs of Jacob Permuter. Good strong fan as they take it up.
Tackle assist.
Penalty, so they tap and go quickly. Devlin on that ball and Suzuki. Marsh trying to step his way through and he's thrown to the deck there by Tricky Taylor. Turns over possession to a clapping Lindenwood team.
Leave it, guys. Knockout game's over.
Sure. And that's full time here in the first Cup quarter-final clash. It's Lindenwood University that keep their record intact. They go 4-0 into the Cup semi.
From Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado, I'm James Patterson, and Division 1 plate semi-final number 1 is about to begin as we see Indiana in your screen right there taking on Wisconsin. Now Indiana, 2 wins against Fordham and Notre Dame. They lost to a very good Lindenwood and Cal side. This Wisconsin side, their victories against Western Washington and AIC. And Indiana open up with an error. Working the ball from deep is Wisconsin. Good strong carry on the outside. Running upfield is Carlson. Met in a solid tackle from Hannon. Deliberate, good strong running. This Wisconsin side, they're not going to beat you with razzle-dazzle. They'll just beat you when they wear you down. And look at this strong carry, charging up the left-hand side. Didn't give him an opportunity to release. Got to release the tackle player. So Wisconsin still firmly on the attack. Quick tap, taken well. Driving upfield, taken in a high tackle there. They want to go quickly, and they do go quickly. Crunched in the tackle, but good support play there by Higgins. Higgins finds Carlson again. Can he free his hands? Yes, he does. That is Danny Plink. Really just came from good, continuous attack. Eventually, the Indiana side just slipped off a couple tackles. That's what they'll do. This Wisconsin side will wear your defense down. They're very patient on attack. The kick is unsuccessful from McGinty. 5 points to 0.